Do I ever do tournament reviews? I have not done that on stream yet. Maybe it's something I can do in the future. I've certainly reviewed my own play in multiple ways. For example, using GTOWizard, you can import your hands. I can actually show you how that looks like. So I got all my hands here. 200,000 hands I've imported in GTOWizard. I've not really streamed this before or showed you around this before. But hey, it's an interactive stream. People can ask questions. So I haven't played much lately. Let's take a look at October. This is October. All the hands I've played in October that I've uploaded. There you can see where my biggest mistakes were. These stars actually mean that I've already looked at it before. So my biggest losing play compared to GTO is this one. Then you can replay the hand and see what happened. So I played queens here from the big blind. I'm sure I 3-bet. I did 3-bet. The button calls with a king high board, and I decide to check, which is reasonable, both in GTO and in intuitively, right? It's not strong enough to go for 3 streets of value on the king high board. Gonna have some checks with medium strength hands. Makes sense. GTO checks 40% of the time. That's not our mistake. I should certainly consider betting here. I did bet, but this is also fine. So my blunder is on the river here. If I check, he bets, I probably folded. Yeah. Yeah, this looks weird. Maybe I had a read or tell on this person that they never bluff. I can't remember. But yeah, it looks weird, right, to fold here. If they have any bluffs, this is a very good bluff catcher. We only lose to a king, basically, for value. So yeah, I totally understand why this is considered a mistake. That's how it works. You can just compare your play with GTO and check your biggest mistakes. Please show how to import for Poker Tracker. I can't really show that because I can't go to GT Poker right now. But that's where I go. That's where I get my hands from. But it doesn't really matter where you get them from. You just gotta make sure you have your hands. If you play on GT Poker, you can use PokerCraft to get your hands histories. And if you play somewhere else, they will just get saved automatically in your Poker directory, right? And then in Poker Tracker, you can just import. There's lots of tutorials how to do that. And if you want to upload them to GTOWizard, you go to this one. You can upload single files or directories, folder. You know, that's how it works. Pretty easy. And then you have to wait a little bit. So they get imported in the background. So you'll see some waiting status. So you can't see them instantly. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Bobby Winger. Hey, welcome to the stream, everybody. This is the actual start. It's 7. I usually start at 7. Thanks for being here. How you doing? All poke sites are rigged. Let's show the perfect play. Yeah, we will show you lots of perfect plays tonight. Either by me or by the GTO answers to our mistakes. Both of those situations will occur. But I'm also going to showcase a bit of AI stuff that we can do now. I've been given access to the Elite plan as part of my application at GTOWizard to start work there. So that's cool. So I have checked it out a little bit already, but I'm certainly not an expert on it yet. But what will we do? So this is how you can do this. So normally, this is your regular solution browser. This is MTT, ChippyV. You can choose 8-handed or 6-handed. Choose your stack sizes. This is what already existed, right? If you have premium or starter, you can use this. You get your open ranges. This is under the gun open range. And you move on from there. That's all pretty basic. Let's showcase that we raise on the cutoff. And then the big blind has these responses. I changed my colors, by the way. Well, I added purple for all-ins or overbets. I think it's quite cool to make it stand out a bit more. It used to be dark red. Sometimes the difference between dark red and the other races was too small. So I decided to make the all-in purple. You can edit this to your liking in the settings. I'll show you that too. Here we go. Appearance, colors. You can change all the colors you want to your preferred liking. So I went for purple for overbets. Let's say the big blind calls. Go to a flop. Let's make it a very dynamic board, monotone board. The big blind has no leads here. But let's say we want to use AI for the first time ever. Click this button. Then we have a whole new thing. And all right, so this is the setup window for AI solutions, and it can look a little bit overwhelming. There's lots of options you can select. There's ways to choose the bet sizes and everything. But it's a bit like BioSolver, right? If you have used regular solvers in the past, it's a bit like that. But luckily, there's pre-fill buttons and all kinds of things to make it easier for us. So button versus big blind, for example, could be a good starting point. Very well played spot. Lots of trading needed in that spot. Button, big blind. Then the ranges are imported automatically. And then we can change them as well. So this is the range, and we can actually just adjust how we think our opponent or ourselves, how we think we play the big blind. We adjust the range. We can save it as well, so we can look at it later again, import it again later. This is the one I made previously. It's a tighter calling range. There you go. And I also made it look a bit more clean. There's no mixed plays here. So I folded a bit too much here with this range, right? We fold a bit too much seeded hands. We fold a bit too much on this side as well. And we 3-bet lots of our best hands. It's a bit of a tighter range. We can use that if we want. We just click confirm. And now this big blind range is differently than the perfect GTO range. And then usually you want to go for automatic here because it gets too complicated otherwise. I'm going to try to make it a little bit easy today. And then you can create your solution. So now we created our first AI solution. And what you'll see is that there's less different bet sizes. And that's awesome if you want to learn, right? Because normally if you use the regular solver, after big blind checks, we usually see that we have 4 or 5 different sizes or whatever, you know. Also, if you train in the GTO trainer, then you think, oh, I did well. I did well. I raised, and then my sizing was off. We can simplify using the AI solver, and there's only one bet size here. Either check or bet 2.4 blinds with this range. And I think that makes studying and learning a bit easier, right? Simplified. Do I offer coaching? At this point, I don't. It's an interesting thought, though, and it's been mentioned by people in the past as well. I mean, I'm not really a crusher, you know. I feel like to be able to coach people, you need to be really crushing and good at what you do already, right? But I appreciate the compliment. Maybe I would be good at it. It's certainly something in the back of my mind. But yeah, I am looking for work. I am already working. I'm already working, and as I said, I'm in the process of trying to get hired by GTOWizard, actually. But yeah, I will spare you the details. We'll see how it ends up. But that would be awesome. I would really, really love that. So that's my current focus, and we'll go from there. And if you're new to the stream, hit the follow button if you didn't do so yet. So that is a first look at how you can another thing that's very awesome. It's node locking. You might think, what the hell is node locking? Well, node locking means that you can fix a strategy in a different way. So, for example, this is the current GTO range from the big blind on this board, right? We check with all of our range. But what if you know your opponent doesn't check his range? What if you know, from experience, or you got a good read or whatever, you know this person donk bets his strong hands on this board? We can actually go to the node lock feature, and we can change the strategy accordingly. So this is the frequency for everything. So let's make that check. Yeah, then gotta go to set. So I got this new thing. I can also draw. This is cool, huh? If you press B in GTOWizard, you can draw on the screen and showcase things if it's a bit small. So you gotta go to set strategy, and then for example, we want to start betting with our strong hands here because we're scared that our opponent checks back or whatever reason we have. you can just click on the filters here. And just click on our good hands. Top pair and better. Now it will automatically select top pair and better. And of course, it's a very bad strategy, right? But that's the best way to showcase this, I think. So we have to find our exploit versus this strategy, right? So on 9-8-7 of hearts, we note-locked this strategy from the big blind that he donk bets with all his strong hands. And he checks everything else. No bluffs. Lock it in. You have to click lock it in here. And this will not be adjusted. That's what note locking means. So when GTOWizard tries to find the solution for this play, it will not change this. It will not optimize this. We note locked the big blind's first action. And now we can instantly look at the reaction from the button to this play. So if the big blind checks now, very easy response, right? We bet 100% of our range. And this is a perfect example of note locking and exploiting strategies in GTOWizard. Because we know the big blind bets his strong hands, he donk leads it on this board. So if he doesn't bet, he must be very weak. So we can relentlessly attack. More interesting maybe, what if they bet? So they bet small with all their strong hands. Now we respond like this. We have a very easy 54% fold because we fold all our crappy hands. And we still have some raises and calls, of course. This is still the GTO response to that play, but we tighten up massively, right? We can also check range equity here. 79% equity. You never see that really. 70% equity, sorry. You never really see that, right, in GTO solutions because it's always more balanced. But in this case, after the big blind bets, yo, Pringles. Thanks for the sub, mate. Good morning to you. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, there's still something wrong with my subtrain. It's been bugging me a little bit, but I don't think I can fix this on the fly. Maybe I can, but I'm not sure. Maybe in one of the breaks, I'll take a look at it. But I still appreciate your sub very much. You can see still the Pringles, right? The Pringles are still driving. But for some reason, it doesn't show the whole train. Which is quite weird. Yeah. Ghost train, yeah. Yeah, I can manually do it. And you're also in the fourth wagon instead of in the first one. That's probably related to the issue. Ghost train, yeah. Hey, I was already starting. Hope you don't mind. Hope you don't mind. I already started. We're looking at some AI features of GTOWizard. But later we will also do the trainer, the usual stuff. So everybody can give their feedback on plays and discuss together. Let me know if you have any preference for a spot you'd like to see later. I'm certainly open for ideas. In the meantime, I will take a sip of my coffee. No songs in the queue. You can't have that. Can't have no songs in the queue. Run, run, run. Hey, Slavic. I'm good. Yeah, I'm very good. Thank you. I had a good week. I'm looking forward to a fun evening of variety streaming tonight. I had a busy week. I've been working. I've been applying. I've been outside. I've been walking. I've been cycling. I've been doing a lot of things. Small blind after an open. Okay, that's a tough spot. That's a good. We can do that later, Bobby. Pringles needs to learn every spot. So if you could go over MTT strategy from level 1 to heads up, that would be great. Thanks. No worries. We'll do everything. But yeah, last week we did some push folding with short stacks. You can watch it back on YouTube if you missed that live. So we'll skip that tonight, I guess. We'll skip the short stacking to keep it a bit more interesting. We'll do some deep stack stuff. Now I was thinking to do some ICM stuff as well, some final tables maybe. But also small blind seems like a fun spot to look at. If you just tune in, what are we looking at here? You might ask. I'm trying to showcase node locking in GTOWizard. We're gonna edit another example. So if you missed the first explanation, we'll do it one more time. So in GTOWizard AI, you can node lock a decision point. A node is a point in the tree where there's a decision to make, to fold, raise, or whatever, That's a decision point. You can node lock a node so that it won't get updated or upgraded to the best solution. This means there's an exploit happening, which means somebody is making a mistake, basically. So on this board of 9-8-7 of hearts, I locked in that the big blind donk leads all of his strong hands. Top pair and better is red in this diagram, so that means that they bet with those. It's very easy to play against, right? It's easier to play against because they're so unbalanced. Now let's add some bluffs here, right? Let's add some bluffs. So let's also bluff with all our... just click here on the draws. All our flush draws bet. And all our combo draws bet. And then we can add some manual bluffs as well with this little tool if you want. So let's also start betting all of our 10x, for example, or the best 10x here. Because we have straight draw, over cards. We start bluffing with those as well. And maybe some under pairs as well. So I'm trying to make this range a bit more balanced. It's completely not GTO. We're node locking this to what we think somebody might actually do in game. Here you go here to node lock. It's all locked. Click node lock on the bottom. And now we can actually see our responses to this. So the big blind is now node locked. This is an exploitative strategy now because they're not playing GTO anymore. The big blind's response is this one. If they check, we still bet 100%. So that means how we adjusted this range. It's certainly not balanced. It's certainly still very value heavy. Which makes it very easy for the button to bet 100% of their range if we check. Our checking range is unprotected. That's also a good way to look at it. Our checking range is way too weak. So that we can attack it relentlessly. And then if the big blind bets with our new fake balanced strategy, this is our response. So we still fold a lot, 1/3 of our range. It's very mixed, right? We raise 40% and we call 26%. So this is already a bit more complicated, right? This is already something you could train on or, try to dive in with the trainer. Hope that makes sense. ICM final table will be epic. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do some ICM final table. We'll do some small blind play. I think I like those spots. I think I like that. So thanks for the input. It's good to be able to play with node locking. Yeah, I think lots of players never lead after defending or check calling, so it's nice to be able to take that out of the spots. Yeah. I went the other way around here. I started donk betting a lot, where DTO checks all of his range. And another very awesome tool is the compare nodes button. Here, compare nodes. And we can compare this adjusted strategy to what DTO is. Takes a bit of time. Usually it's only a couple seconds. Yo, Brazilian Donk, good evening. Welcome. I apologize for the subtrain failing tonight. It's weird. But I'll try to fix something out in the break. I've never seen this take so long. This is new for me. Good luck in your tournament, Brazilian Donk. So I've not seen it take so long ever. Let's just cancel this for a second. Let's try again. Okay, see? It was just click again and it worked. So these are this was our first attempt on the right. This is our we bet only with our strong hands strategy. Very bad strategy. This is our more balanced one, right? You can click the summary here and see the differences. But what I wanted to do is look at the GTO solution. And it's checking everything, right? The GTO solution is check everything. And this is our adjusted one. And you can check the difference in equities and everything. And then we can check how the button responds to everything. And also compare those nodes to each other. I think it's very awesome. So GTO solution here after the big blind bets is this one. We call with a super wide range, right? We call with 62% of our hands against a small c-bet, which makes a lot of sense, right? We know that against the balanced small c-bet, we don't go anywhere, right? We continue with a lot of our hands. This is what you're seeing here. We're only folding 17% of our hands, continuing with 83% of our hands against GTO. And here, against this crappy range, against our more balanced, our crappy range, this is the response from the button. So we fold 35% now. We fold double the amount, and we call very little. Very little we call. So that's how we can use the node locking feature in the AI feature. It's very cool. Very cool. Yeah, if you want to subscribe again, of course, use my link. Exclamation mark GTO in the chat. Yo, Alex. Congrats, mate. Alex can call himself doctor now. Alex is a PhD now. Dr. Alex. Congratulations, man. We should have a beer on you tonight. I'm still on my coffee, but I would love it if you come back later in about 2 hours or something. And we can cheer on that for a sec. I would really like that. Maybe we can play some Tetris or something. Super cool. I like that you're listening and learning Brazilian Dunk. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if we can do much more with this node locking. I mean, I could showcase more examples. We could start with the small blind spot that was suggested. And maybe we can try to use AI there as well. If you think it's useful. And later for ICM, there's no AI yet for that part of the browser yet. ICM is not yet in the AI or node locking stuff available. It's only for chip EV post slop heads up now. But they are working hard behind the scenes to improve it and make more possible. So let's create a drill and learn together, chat. We'll just do this live. Not prepared this. MTT chip EV 8-handed. We're gonna do the small blind. Small blind is tough to play, so I think it's a very good suggestion. Why is it only 25 blinds? Oh, we have to use limps, yeah. Yeah, let's use limps. And let's just cut out the short stacking, because we did that last time. So we'll do 30 blinds and up. Maybe 25 and up. 25, we have some jams. 25 blinds and deeper. You can also use AI here. But we'll see for first what this will do. We will play in the small blinds. Our opponent will play any position. We start pre-flop. Versus an open, right? Or versus anything, maybe. Yeah, so raise first in, small blind versus big blind is a whole different thing, I think. So let's not do raise first in. Let's just do versus open and versus 3-bets. Any board. Yeah, let's not do only ace king. Let's do what would we consider starting to play from the small blind like this. Something like this. Full hand. Yeah, it's awesome, Bobby Winger. It's very awesome. Not a new hand automatically. No, this is fine, I think. Full hand. These are the hands we'll get dealt. Any board. Small blind versus open or versus 3-bet. MTT chip EV. Boom. Let's save this. Stream drill. Oh. I pressed full screen. Small blind versus raise first in and 3-bets. And then we can start. Hey, this is blank file by Sonata Arctica. I didn't put this in the queue even, Alex. The randomizer felt that you were around. So here we go. Start trading. I will change some titles and stuff. Small blind play. There you go. Updated my title as well. All right. And you can always play along with me in the chat if you want to suggest what's the best play you think. If I think it's super obvious, I'll just click it in probably. But if it's more tough, then I'll wait a bit. This seems like an easy fold. So we'll fold. Good start, chat. Good start. We got this. We got this. You can also choose only close decisions. But I think, I mean, that's so tough, man. You get constantly hands you know are on the border already. I kind of like this better because there's, you know, also some easier decisions. Jack 10 suited here, the small blind. I'm sure we'll play. The question is, do we call or do we sometimes 3-bet this one? So we have to start thinking about what is a good 3-betting range here versus under the gun. I would assume we need some ace-x blockers for our 3-bet bluffs. And this might not be strong enough to just plain raise for value, right? And it's annoying if they jam on us because we have to fold them to the jam. Same goes for other pretty hands like king-queen suited or king-jack suited. I think we probably called with most of them. So I agree with Bobby. Okay, 73%. We can look at the exact changes there later. We do 3-bet sometimes. Yeah, it's true, Mario Pringles. We did call. We start with a check on a king-high board. We can do anything here. Completely missed the board. We'll just fold this one. We can do a quick lookup. At pre-flop. Oh, it goes to my browser. That's new. It used to just go to... we did it before. Yeah, this one goes here. Okay, cool. This is how we did it last week. This works. So this is the small blind continuation range versus an under the gun open. Yeah, Jack 10 offsuit is too weak. We don't even use it as a bluff. So our strong 3-bets are 9s plus, ace 10 plus, and ace queen suited, ace king suited. And then the bluffs are basically all these suited 10 jack and king x hands. We have some jams as well. I would never jam for 40 blinds here, to be honest with you. So the purple is jams. Something I changed this week. Make it really stand out. Interesting, right? We jam queen jack suited and 10s a little bit. 10s I kind of understand, right? Because there's lots of raw equity even when we get called. Ace king I understand as well, but I prefer to just 3-bet smaller. But queen jack suited I don't understand. I don't understand why we need that, you know, because it plays so well post flop. But I guess we have enough raw equity. Can we make better hands fold? Yeah, we can make better hands fold, right? With queen jack, we can make him fold all his ace 10 offsuit, ace jack offsuit. Maybe some weak pairs as well. So I guess queen jack does well enough against the calling range, and we can fold better hands. So it's always a good thing. But yeah, interesting. Back to the trainer we go. Purple in your range? No, I wouldn't either. Same stack size here, 40 blinds. There is purple in our range. But what do we do here, chat? Queen 9 offsuit. Defense versus the button. My instinct would be just to fold. But I do know that small blind in GTO land plays more wide than I do. So I think it's close already. I think it's close-ish. But I would fold it. Bobby says call. I'm gonna go for fold. Pringles and me is two versus 1. Yeah. But then we look at the range, of course. We're gonna learn where the borderline are. It is indeed on the border because we start defending the Jack 10 offsuit, Queen 10 offsuit, King 10 offsuit. Easy to remember as well. Just broad raise, right? On the offsuit side, just broad raise. Nines are too weak. And of course, on the suited side, we go much wider. And an easy way to remember ranges is to just remember suited 8s. Right? Try to remember suited 8s, offsuit 10s. Offsuit 10s is this line. I can draw. Where's my draw? Well, I was gonna draw a line, but offsuit 10s, suited 8s. Then you have a borderline, basic framework for remembering this range. Of course, you add pocket pairs, you add ace-x stuff, but then you know a bit roughly what you're doing. In this case, we do 3-bet lots of ace-x. Basically, every offsuit ace we play, we 3-bet. Except ace 10 off. Quite interesting, right? Bad playability. And it's good to block ace-x in their range, I guess. So, use a lot of ace-x as bluffs. Nice. We are 3 out of 3 so far, chat. Yeah, easy fold. We start defending. Well, this is almost the same spot as versus the button, right? Suited 8s. Maybe a bit tighter than versus the button because the cutoff is a bit stronger range. But we start thinking about Jack 8 suited, Jack 9 suited. This might be more interesting than it looks at first glance. Suited kings are pretty strong. I would fold this. But always try to think about what the border is. King 6, King 7 suited probably. King 5 suited, see? Again, lower / weaker than I anticipated. King 5 suited, we start completing versus the low jack. And every suited ace, every pair, lots of suited 8s. And on the offsuit side, again, a bit less than versus the button, but still most broad raise continue. I feel we actually are able to learn a lot of things here in a short time, right? And because it's all small blind, it's not easy to remember. What's going on with Pringles? Yeah. I'm also way too tight in the small blind. This is a very common league that lots of players have. Because your pot odds are so nice, that makes up for the fact that we are out of position versus a strong range, right? I do think this is a fold though, against under the gun. We just saw that King 5 suited starts calling against low jack. So yeah, against a stronger range, we fold that. Yeah, blind versus blind is a whole different game, Brazilian donk, of course. Maybe we'll look at it later, but we're now doing just small blind versus other spots. I think this is close, chat. I'm pretty sure we defend suited connectors like 8-9 suited and stuff for sure. But this is the suited one capper against the under the gun. This is probably close. Yeah. You also have the problem that you are used to cash, so you're supposed to be way tighter, yeah. Because of the antes in tournament poker, we are supposed to play wider. Of course, then later on there's ICM and everything changes again, but Bobby Winger might know Utop or not. The plot thickens, chat. Nice song, by the way, it is. Bobby says call. Let's try call. It's right on the border. Let's play post flop though. I'm not in love with this. Usually, you want to against a small c-bet, you want to continue with most of your gut shots. But this is a really bad gut shot. Because it's on the bottom end, the idiot end. We have no spade. We have no overcards to the 9 and the 10. So I think this might be a fold. I think it's too wide here. Because even if a 7 spikes, the 7 of spades will be bad. And there's still higher straights possible as well in their range. So yeah, that's why I also think it's a fold. I would not be surprised if with a spade we call. Oh. It's our first blunder. It's a call and a bit of a raise. Wow. Let's take a look. Let's first take a look at pre-flop. This is the pre-flop calling range. 8-6 suited is border. We mix it between folding and folding and calling, so it's right on the border. He did decide to call. And then we're supposed to continue versus the small c-bet. We continue with, where's my whole strategy? This looks different than I'm used to. Where's my overall call, fold, raise percentages? I'm supposed to be an expert on this. Now, I'm trying to become an expert on this. I love that you like it, Slavic. For now, every Friday at the start of the stream, we do this. But yeah, let's see at 8-6 suited. We call or raise. We never fold. So my intuition was right from the start that we never fold gut shots here. But I thought it would be too weak. But apparently it's not. Well, action chart is also nice. So we continue with 84% of our range here, right? You often see those numbers, right? Versus a small c-bet. 80% continuation range. That's a high percentage of your hands. That's why good shots fall in there. Need to get our equity from somewhere. Yeah, that's a very good point. To try to find out which 3-bet bluffs are good in which spots. Because it matters versus which opener, right? Under the gun, you have different 3-bet bluffs than versus the button. This is something I'm also pretty weak in still myself. We will try to get a grasp for it by looking at these ranges today. Pocket sixes, I would probably call. Maybe start 3-betting 8s plus. Oh, we are still playing, of course. I think we check call with sixes here. Let's call it third pair. Not in love with it, of course, but... Oh, wrong. Yo, Storm. Thank you so much for the 40 months, Storm. Thanks so much for the 40 months. As you can see, the subtrain is having a bit of a meltdown. But that's okay. I'll try to fix it later. It's a bit broken. But there you go. Thanks for the sub. Pringle says, it's hard to find all these spots against the small bets. Yeah, it's tough. But of course, you can adjust if you think our opponents are not c-betting wide enough or whatever. Hey, Bias Letty, good evening. I assume the opener uses GTO opening size. Well, that's what we're playing against here, yeah. This is not an adjusted Nodelocking spot or anything. So all these spots we're playing versus GTO ourselves. I'll take check fold the turn here. It doesn't matter, it's not even in the tree, so... Because we folded... we should have folded the flop. Let's look at our continue range then, on that flop. So the flop is king 8 deuce. And... we do continue a bit. I'm confused. It did say I made a mistake. Check calling the flop, right? But it's not really a mistake in this chart. It calls 50% of the time. Huh? That's weird, right? This is a little bit contradictory. It says fold 100% here. Oh well. Maybe I'm clicking something wrong, but I don't see where. This is on the flop. King 8 deuce. We check. And the gun bets half pot. Which should have been in our minds. It's a bigger bet than the 1/3 we just looked at, so Gotta start a bit more, folding a bit more. Yeah, that's possible, Pringles, but often it's a mistake by humans. Me, in this case. But I can't really find it. Let's just move on. I probably did something wrong, or it's solver noise. It's whatever. But it's on the border. We should start considering folding it. King 7, we fold. Let's move on. Sevens, we certainly continue. I would not be surprised if we start 3-betting this. I know 8 certainly will, so it cannot be too bad. But mostly calling, probably. Oh, 47%. So 53 raise. Ooh, they check back on the flop. So who has more strong hands on this turn? You always gotta wonder. I think we just have to check this hand though, whatever range advantage there is. But he probably has a lot of ace-x in his range still. Jack 10 would probably bet the flop though, right? I think Jack 10 would lots of the time would just bet. And we would still have lots of Jack 10 in our range because it just went check. But this 7s we just check. I'm not gonna turn this into a bluff. Maybe as the pre-flop raiser we would turn our hand into a bluff, but as the defender here, I don't think so. Maybe we pause here for a second. Maybe we should turn our hand into a bluff here, chat. We do have showdown value, of course, against all his nothings. But because he checked back every street, we gotta assume he has often a bit of showdown value here, right? Like and a queen would probably check back twice. So the button probably has quite some queen X in his range still. Yeah, we'll confirm that in a little bit. But I think it was 50-50, yeah. So 7 starts indeed 3-betting. We'll look at it in a second. I'm wondering if I should bet here, chat. I'm wondering if I should turn this into a bluff. But I just said he has lots of queen X still, right? And ace X, probably. I don't know. I'm just gonna check. Okay. We don't bluff. We check fold. Oh wow, 18%. Oh, I think this is where it goes wrong. This is not the same set. This is not versus the bet. This is just a check. That's what happened with the previous mistake as well, I think. But against this 5 blind bet, we're supposed to call 17% of the time. I just insta-mucked it because I thought it was a really bad bluff catcher. But we have some calls here, apparently, with 7s. Surprises me. Yeah, that's fine, Pringles. I think it's okay. But I was just wondering. Okay. Quick look at the pre-flop decision. Yes. Strategy, please. There you go. So this is small blind versus button. Of course, one of the widest 3-bet ranges because the button is the widest spot that opens. We do 3-bet 7s 50-50. A bit of 6s and 5s as well. Always call with 4s and below. And yeah, 8s plus, we basically always 3-bet. And our bluffs come from suited King X and Jack X and stuff. I don't do this enough. And I do this though. I do like to 3-bet the offsuit broadways a lot, which is quite okay. This is where Nodelocking can come in as well, right? If we want to study this spot in more in depth, we could change our small blind range to always 3-bet this instead of mixing it, and remove these bluffs, and then see what happens in the strategy post flop, right? Very cool to play with. But I think for the stream, the trainer is just so nice to use that diving into these AI spots might not be the best content I can make, I think. But hey, I already showcased AI at the start of the stream. We move on. And if you're just joining us, welcome to the stream. It's Friday, Variety Friday. There will be some chess later, some Tetris later, some words on stream. A big fan favorite from last week. And after the 8 o'clock break, we will do some ICM final table studying. So that's all to come. King 8 is a call here, huh? We just learned this. This I already knew, but this is probably just a call. Yeah, and that seems wide, right? We're playing out of position versus a strong open range with King 8 suited. It's happening. Just happening. On that board, we just check fold, but then he checks back. Yeah, for sure, Pringles, for sure. Do we have a leading range here? Well, we should have. After Under the Gun checks back. I don't think this hand is at all a candidate, but interesting to think about what we would lead here. A jack makes sense. Maybe even a 9. Maybe even a high spade or something. And I have no bluffs here. Like, what are my bluffs here? Like, this is tough, right? This is also probably a spot that's quite underbluffed. Under the Gun just checks back 3 times. 2 times, and now it's the river. I would be in trouble finding enough bluffs here. This hand we played fine. Yeah, so that is a good intuition, I think, Bobby Winger, because in game, lots of people that check back the flop have a weaker range than GTO. They have a weaker protected range, like they are too inclined to bet their strong hands, check their weak hands, right? That's when attacking in the turn comes into play against weak opponents. So as an exploit, I like betting the turn a lot here with bluffs and value. In this case, we just checked it through. Queen 8 of diamonds against the hijack. I think it's an easy call. It is. Why do we miss the flop all the time? This is so boring post-flop. Yeah, ace high board with no draws, which is fold, of course. We move on. I think we start thinking about ace 10 offsuit. I would still hate ace 10 offsuit. In game, I might fold it. But I think GTO starts thinking about ace 10 offsuit. Ace jack offsuit for sure. But I think ace jack is full doing something here. But this folds. Let's take a look if I was right. Yeah, missed flop mode. Oh, it's starting to bluff ace 9 already. That surprises me. I thought it was ace 10 plus, but still decent, still decent. Yeah, I would never call with ace 9, so if we play it, it's a 3-bet as a bluff. Against Under the Gun, we don't have that many 3-bets. We just find a couple to balance our strong hands. And this is 25 big blinds deep. So we already have some jams here. The purple hands. The medium strength pairs like to jam. Hard to play post-flop out of position, so that makes a lot of sense. Even ace-king and ace-queen on the offsuit side. Just want to rip it in for 25. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We're never going to 3-bet fold ace-queen, so better rip it in. For 25, you can 3-bet fold a strong hand like that. So same goes for these pairs. You can 3-bet fold them. Even 8s, I think if you 3-bet 8s, you call it off. Because you just pot committed. If you make it 8 and he makes it 25, you just pot committed every pair. And then we have some bluffs we can 3-bet fold. King 8, Queen 8. Cool. Cool. I bet from community. Cool. King Queen in the small blind. Very strong hand. But I would hate to 3-bet fold this. And I would also hate to 3-bet call this. But I think we call. Ooh, it's 3-betting. You can do that, Bobby Winger. I showcased it a little bit at the start of the stream. You can actually do this. But what I showed you earlier was just sorting by EV mistake. Because then you find your biggest leaks the quickest. But you can also just go through every hand. You can actually do that. So we call King Queen here. We gotta just check call this, right? I'm not in love with it though. I would have loved it more if it was the Ace of Hearts, right? Not the 7 of Hearts. I think then we just have to call with the runner royal draw. Because we have outs to the nuts. And in this case, we don't have outs to the nuts. So maybe we fold. Ooh. Our first ID that we had to call here was right. Interesting. So against the 1/3 bet, this is our calling range. King Queen suited basically defends everything. We fold King Queen of clubs a little bit, and we continue with everything else that has runner suits. You see this a lot, right? Where you continue with 3/4 of the suited hand. You just fold the one that doesn't have the suit. Yeah, you can do that. And I can show you as well if you're interested. We're close to a break anyway. So that ends our small blind studying. I kind of like that. I'm trying to find the stop button. I'm trying to find the stop button. Oh, here. Acceptable we did after 14 hands. 86%. Acceptable. Yo, Brothers, good evening. There will be more GTOWizard training after the break. We're going to do some final table ICM stuff. Because I look forward to that. But in the meantime, let me show you what I mean with uploading tournaments. Now the question is, where do I find it? I think it's here. But yeah, I've uploaded 200,000 hands in the last like 18 months that I'm using this. And my average EV loss is 0.04. And it's been like that for a long time. So my quest is to make it 0.03, I guess, to get better at the game. 89% correct plays. I don't think that's bad. But the thing is, a lot of decisions are easy in poker, right? Lots of pre-flop faults, so you can always get a pretty high percentage from the start. Yo, good evening, Lars. Good evening, Hof. Welcome in, everybody. We are doing some GTOWizard studying tonight. So here are some tournaments that I played. For example, this is the Bounty Hunters mini main, $5 buy-in, 400 hands. And you can just click on this one. I can do it here, apparently. Zoom out. There it is. I'm looking for this button. Here we have all the hands. And you might not want to sort by EV loss. You might want to sort all hands in order. You can just click on it and replay your whole tournament. This is replaying the whole tournament. 9-5. I folded. All right. Good stuff. And then you move on to the next. Here, these buttons here. 6 deuce, we folded. 10-4, we folded. So this is why you don't want to go over every hand, probably, right? Because you have so many easy decisions that you want to skip over. That's why it's probably better to just sort by EV and then look at your biggest mistakes for every tournament and then move on from there. But this you can do. Quest! Good evening, Turner. How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, where's our first mistake? You also see that here. 28 months. 28 months. Thank you so much, Lars. Hope you're doing well. I saw a party coming up in the Vesting Bar that I'm gonna join. Vesting Bar top 50, top 50. January next year. I'll be there. Hopefully lots of Harambe people will be there too. I apologize for the broken subterrain at the bottom of your screen. I have enabled the Christmas layout. I'm not sure if that's related. I don't think it's related, but something is wrong with the subterrain. But I still appreciate all the subs. And as you can see, I already have some snow going on at the top of the screen. We got Santa, some snow at the bottom. We can also add more snow if we want. Whoa, and the train makes a barrel roll. The cat is the one who messed up the train. No, I think I did it. I think I messed it up. But I don't know how. But so this is that tournament I was showing you. We can sort by EV loss. And then our biggest mistake was this one. We can replay it. Queen Jack offsuit. I min raised. So far so good. So far so good, chat. And this is a hand I actually played, right? Somewhere this year. I would see bet this. Okay, I guess that's fine. Oh, my sizing is wrong. It's too small. Not a huge mistake though. I would check this back. Yeah, that's the mistake. We should bet this. So my thinking here would be we turn showdown value, so we don't bluff anymore. So I would polarize my range more here and go for value with ace-x and better hands and start bluffing with like 8-9 or something, or under pairs, right? That's my thinking here. And that's what I thought in-game apparently as well. That's why I checked. But GTO bets 88% of the time here. No, even more. Almost everything. That's interesting, right? But let's look at the spot. Oh, we can't go to that window here. This button doesn't work from here, sorry. That's only because I'm using this capture method. Whatever. Can't click this button for some reason. But apparently we should bet here. I just downloaded it from, this is GG Poker where I played it. So you gotta go to Poker Craft, and then you can get your hands from there. Yeah, HUD is not relevant. Heads-up display doesn't matter. Basically, every site will allow you to get the hands from your tournaments afterwards. So either they already get saved while you play in your directory of your poker folder, or on GG Poker you have to retrieve them afterwards with PokerCraft. But there's always a way. There's always a way to get your hands. And then all the big sites are supported in terms of importing in all these big training tools. I'm not sure about Unibet though. I started using a bit of Unibet lately to play some low stakes cash. Those hand histories seem to be unsupported. Unibet really doesn't like tracking HUDs, anything like that. They're not a fan. So we gotta go for a quick break. I will create the drill for after the break already. So somebody said ICM, or I said ICM, but others seem to like it too. So our next spot will be ICM. Let's keep it classic, just no bounties. And then just do final table and final two tables, maybe? Any stack sizes? Would be fun, right? Unibet is very soft, yes. And I might play some cash games tonight on Unibet for about an hour. I miss playing poker on stream too much. We might actually play some cash on Unibet tonight. But that's after the training part. Let's do final two tables and final table ICM. There's no AI yet for ICM anyway, so we can't do that. And then maybe we look at some other details. Any action pre-flop, any spot, any position on the table, any hand. Sometimes you play any two, right? In ICM. If you're the table captain or something. So let's just put in every hand possible. And yeah, that seems good. So we already created our drill for later. Final two and final table. I can't type. ICM. Okay. Boom. Now we move on, chat. This will be ICM training. No, not really, Pringles, not really. I wanted to win. I wanted to win as well. Okay, so we gotta make sure we look at, it's a little bit small, but it shows final table here. There's also final 2 tables. So that might be interesting to see the difference there. Let me zoom in one more. Always struggling with the right. Yeah, I like this zoomed in version better. You guys can see everything well. Oh, you've been up at 5 a.m.? I've been up this week before 10 a.m. every day. And yesterday I was up at 7. For me, that's very early. So I know how it feels. But luckily 5 a.m. I haven't made 5 a.m. this week yet. That's a little too much. But I have been up early all week. Yeah, we just raise, right? Yeah. Oh, what? We should limp? Oh, and this is pre-flop only. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh, it's fold. Wow. I already adjusted wrongly here. Well, open 5% of the time, but this is mostly just a fold. That's already interesting, right? Already quite interesting. So there's a bit of ICM here. Stacks are pretty even though. That's why I assumed it would be a normal opening range. Because stacks are still so close. There's always a bit of ICM though. This is a final table. 6-handed. We start folding deuces and threes. The main takeaway here. Overall, it's still, pretty normal range, right? Not that much tighter than cutoff. Normally, the would open. Bit less suited hands, bit less pairs. Yeah, big blind chip leader. Yeah, that's a smart. That's smart. That matters. That matters for sure. You don't want to play hands against somebody who covers us. So I wouldn't be surprised if we still open this if the stacks are reversed, even though it's only a small difference. If we had 40 blinds and they had 35, we might just open this. This is a 5-handed final table. We always gotta pause a bit longer here because we gotta just take it in what the spot is here. This is already pretty interesting, right? If we would min raise here, it's annoying because we don't want to call off the blinds who are short. The blinds have 10 big blinds, and the chip leader is on the button. So we tighten up massively here, I guess, because the button can attack us relentlessly, and if the blinds jam, we still not happy. So maybe we fold this. Yeah, if I'm chip leading here, I mean, if the button has 10 blinds, I'm jamming here. Right? If it's 20, 10, 10, 10, I think I would jam here at 9-8 suited. But because of the button in between, we have no playability here, right? So I think I fold. But it's interesting. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Okay, yeah. Fold. Yeah, fold is correct. So the open range tightens up massively here. Cut off 20 blinds. Start opening 7s. All suited connectors fold. Jack 10 suited open. This is still wider than I expected, by the way. But all the ace-x are, we block ace-x is always good. But I would still open tighter than this, maybe. Which would be a mistake. But at least we were on the right track. Yeah, Holland Casino is also soft for sure. But from what I've seen and from what I've heard, Unibet is even worse. And yeah, Dutch players aren't that bad because, I mean, compared to the rest of the world, it's not like it's a huge difference or something. Yo, Nathan with the Twitch baby. Thanks so much, Nate. 9 months, let's go. I haven't been able to fix the train. Do you know why? Because I forgot to look at it. That's a bad reason, but there's the train. Yeah, the train is broken, but it's still okay-ish now. I fixed some stuff. Welcome everybody. We are doing some ICM studying right now, and we correctly identified in this spot we want to fold to 9-8. Now we have a four-handed final table spot here. The cutoff makes it 3 out of his 5 blind stack. I'm not sure if this is a spot where they would actually have some fault still if everybody jams behind. But it's basically a 5 blind jam. I still think we're committed here. It's annoying if you double him up. Because he goes to 11 blinds and we go down to 15, 14. But I still think we're committed here. What do you guys think? I mean, it's all in basically, right? But you can also call apparently here. What's happening? Asks Nathan. Yeah, we are doing some studying here with GTOWizard. We did some small blind play earlier. We are doing some ICM stuff right now. This is a final table spot. Yeah, I don't think it matters what we click here though. All in is fine. 75%. I don't understand this mixing between calling and making it 5 blinds. I don't understand why that's useful. But could be just, solver noise. I don't know. Effectively, we're all in anyway, right? Yeah, by the way, shout out to fellow streamer Pringles. You've been going to the dark side of MTT poker, right? From cash player to MTT player. Good stuff. Let's fold here. Oh, fuck. This is just me being an idiot. I need to look at the spot longer. We are the chip leader here. Yeah. I just was distracted and I clicked too quickly. This is in a very interesting spot where we can open super wide. We are massive chip leader, 5-handed. Correctly identified by Bobby Winger here. Look at this range. My screen. I'm purple, baby. I'm glowing. I'm purple. I'm glowing from the massive strategy we can play here. we open everything here, chat. The only question is, do we raise or do we jam? Against 15 and 25 blind stacks. Well, I would love to have the Americans back, yeah. I would love to have the Americans back. Yeah, you can learn here for free, Pringles. How awesome is that? But yeah, if you're listening to this and you want to purchase GTOWizard, use the link in my chat if you would be so kind. But yeah, it's a very interesting spot where we open any two, basically. And yeah, these two players are under high ICM pressure, right? Because of the short stacks here. They are incentivized to fold a lot. Because of that. Interesting spot again. Final table. 7-handed. Ace-10 suited. We are the second stack. There's a 5 blind stack on the button. I say we go a little bit nittier than chip EV because of the ladder possibility, but I think this is just too strong. We're getting the big blind soon. We'll have 7.5 blinds in a couple hands. I think I would jam this in still. But I'll pause for a second so we can ask for feedback. I mean, it's a slam dunk all in if we have no ICM pressure, right? And the ICM pressure isn't that high here. There is some. There is some for sure, but I think it's still a jam. Oh, we can disagree. That's awesome. If we disagree, we can learn. Somebody will learn because somebody will be wrong. Yeah, ace 10 suited must be a jam. Oh, 72%. So, no, we were the low jack. This is the range. This is the range. Wow. No, it's not an ICM punt. We go pretty wide here. We go as well wide as every suited ace. That surprises me. I correctly identified ace-10 as too strong, but I didn't think it would be any suited ace here. This is basically close to a normal jamming range here in the low jack for 9 blinds. Maybe it's a bit tighter, but not that much, right? Even including ace-9 offsuit. But that's still a min raise. I would not have a min raising range here from 9 big blinds. That seems weird. Yeah. I said that, but I'm still surprised. So ICM is low here, yeah. We can also can we look at the bubble factors? I know we can. There you go. Something you have to know, chat. This little button, you can see the bubble factors. So for the low jack, 1.5 bubble factor is indeed not that high. It does mean we need 10% equity on average more here in an all-in situation. So we're playing against everybody except under the gun, right? So these are the relevant. Okay. These are the relevant risk premiums, bubble factors. So there's some ICM, but not that much. It's a summary, basically. Messing around with my zooming. So I want to go to back to the trainer. There you go. Well, going for the win, you want to go for the most money, right? And following ICM correctly makes you the most money in the long run. This is a mistake a lot of people make in analyzing final tables. Like they say, yeah, but I want to go for the win. But that's just not always the right strategy. Yeah, the hype train is broken, Nathan. I apologize. I need to get my shit together. I'll take a look later. I don't know what's going on with it. I did remove it though. This is probably an easy fold. Everybody has 20 blinds. I would start opening ace jack here, probably. We have to put the title in the resume and get sponsored. Hey, if there's other, incentives, go for it. So basically, it's always been final table so far, right? I thought I selected also final 2 tables, but apparently, I don't mind. It's fun to study final tables anyway. Very deep stacked spot here. Would open wide, but not this wide. We move on. Interesting one. 4-handed. Not interesting with 10-3 offsuit, but what would we open here with the button who covers us, who's the chip leader? We'll just knit up a little bit here, right? We are under the highest ICM pressure here with his two shorties. So we would be super tight here. Ace jack. Do we see a reason to fold? Not really. We are close to the chip lead. 37, 41, 33. We certainly raise. At least a couple easy ones here. Couple easy ones. Yeah, this one also doesn't really matter. King 10 versus under the gun. We are in a position where we can pressure the under the gun opener here. They are under a lot of pressure. Well, they are the shortest stack. They are the short stack. So maybe there's not that much pressure. I would just fold this, I guess. There's a reason for being a bit more aggressive here, I think, with our stack. All right, just fold. Let's take a look for a second how wide we would attack here as the hijack. Oh, not really. Not that wide at all. Just 9s plus. This is interesting wide. We fold ace-jack and ace-10 and raise ace-9. No worries, Morty. Good. Have fun with the match. I'm sure you'll appreciate some games and drinks later. So see you for that. I know I will enjoy. Five-handed final table. The small blind jams. I think we have to call. We don't risk a lot for ourselves here. We're still chip leader if we double them up. And he's got a jam wide enough. We will always be behind, though. Or often be behind, but I'm pretty sure we call. Yeah. Wow, this is an interesting stack. Would we raise any 2 here, chat? That's the question here, right? 5 deuce offsuit, bottom of our range. Do we raise any 2 here with this massive stack? I probably wouldn't. I probably would just chill and have my chip lead and move on from there. But maybe it's an interesting spot to just bluff any 2 here. Probably not, though. The Ibu fan club. Ibuprofen club. Henny will not be here today. He is playing live poker in Bratislava right now. I'm going to fold this. But let's take a look at how wide we attack the button here as the chip leader. Pretty wide, huh? Pretty wide. Lots of ace-x raising. Lots of bottom suited hands. We raise very wide here. No marble races today, Nathan. We did one race last week, but it still created some lag. I don't know. We still did a marbles break. But there will be words on stream every break, which is quite fun new game we started to play. So there will be break content for sure, but in the form of words on stream today. And there will be some poker later. There will be some Tetris later. There will be some chess. So lots of variety stuff to look forward to. Got you in my side. Three-handed in the small blind. I think this is an easy jam. We are the chip leader. The button has 5 blinds. The big blind will not have to call. Cannot call too wide here. Every king jams here for sure. Oh, we raise? That's weird. I wouldn't think there would be racing here. Oh wow, this is a very weird range, chat. Let's just sink in for a second. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at here? Why is it all purple? And why do we have why specifically King 8 wants to min raise? That surprises me. But yeah, I would jam super wide here. But I didn't think it would be any 2. That's interesting. These are the bubble factors. There's a different way to show it. Santa is showing us the bubble factors. So the big blind is under the highest pressure, right? Yeah, the big blind is under immense pressure here. Bubble factor was 2. Dark red means he needs 16% more equity to be able to call an all-in. So that's why in our turn we can jam any 2 here. Purple is jamming. Yeah, I know, Pringles. It's very tricky. But yeah, 10 blinds. I can see it, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it in game. But of course, it's a bit like limping, right? Where you have some, yo, Cthulhu. Thanks for the 15 months, Cthulhu. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. How was your day? How did the delivery go? Did you survive? Good to see you here. You're actually the first mod around today, Cthulhu. 90 minutes in. I'm happy you're here. We're doing some ICM trading right now using GTOWizard. Yeah, the billboard chart is very cool, Pringles. Gives you a pretty good idea of what, how big the billboard factor is and what kind of percentages we're talking about. Four-handed, we are in the middle position, just fold. Job went much better, nice. Good to hear. Oh, you have 80, 80 left? Wow. I guess that's the bad news then. All right. That was an easy fold. Three-handed. I see, Cthulhu. I see. Button opens here. Three-handed. The big stack as well, which is important. Small blind is short stack, but they fold, and we have the big blind here. Not a great spot to be in, right? Defending against the button. I would think about folding, honestly, but I think it's too strong. But no, we have 30 blinds, Cthulhu. We have 30 blinds. And the button has 50 blinds. We could 3-bet bluff here with some of our range. But I wouldn't do it with this hand. I raised to 10, you mean? Yeah, it's an option. It says here it's an option. But I wouldn't do it in this spot. I would defend and hate it. Oh, it's wrong. Oh, Cthulhu, you're not a fish. Cthulhu, you're not a fish. Fold is the best play. Raising is an allowed play here as a bluff. 26% equity. 26% of time. Very nice. Very nice, Cthulhu. Not as much a fish as you think you are. So this is our range. It probably looks way different than you expected, though, Cthulhu. But these are the bluffs we have here. We do bluff with this weak ace-x offsuit and a bit of our strong hands. And that's it. For the rest, we have lots of just defense here. Do we ever limp jam here? You mean call? No, what do you mean? Limp jam? I'm confused. We can't limp. We can't call and check raise the flop. We can't really limp here. This was the situation, right? Yeah, no worries, no worries. So the big takeaway here is there's almost no 3-betting here. But if you do it, better be very polarized with the best of your hands and a bit of ace-x offsuit. Oh yeah, if we call, I mean, we just play post flop, right? It's not like we're always going to jam or anything like that. But I already clicked next hand, so we move on to Queen 9 of spades. 10 big blinds, 5-handed final table. We are the short stack, so I think we just jam this one. Yeah, I think we just jam this. We just need to double up to win this tournament. If there's a bit of shorter stacks, then I would be tighter here, but yeah, I think we just jam here. Oh, it's wrong. Now we're getting to difficult territory. 6 blinds. 6 blinds. We have to make it here. That doesn't compute. That doesn't compute. 6 blinds? And that's the most chosen size as well. I think it has something to do with being able to fold if 2 people behind jam, right? But still very, very confusing. 6 blinds is the play here. So of course against the 1 all-in we're always committed. But we can fold if 2, yeah. So we can fold if they all go all in. Yeah, that's what I said. And I'm aware of that strategy. I wasn't aware that GTOWizard has it in their solutions, which I shouldn't be surprised about because it's a great product. But that's an interesting one. And 6 is the best sizing there then? I mean, I guess it makes sense. If 4 blinds is very playable if you have to fold and continue. But yeah, interesting. You've not been opening the packages? Jesus. So they can trust you with that? Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and it's very good play. So here, 9-6 offsuit, and we are the overwhelming chip leader, so we would have lots of races and jams here. The question is, how wide do we go? Yeah, see you in a bit, Cthulhu. Enjoy your bath. Thanks for good luck in GTO land. I think I would be inclined to raise fold this. We're still deep enough for that. It's a crappy hand, but we have lots of fold equity. Yeah. Okay. Not the right solution, basically. Not the all in, okay. He chose this one as an all in. Purple land again, chat. Look at this. How wide do we go, he asks. Well, this is how wide. Yo, welcome back, Bullets. Everybody's taking baths and showers. Welcome to the stream. Variety Friday. From GTOWizard studying. And this is a spot where we jam any 2. Or, well, we open any 2. Some raise folding with weak hands and good hands. So this is a polarized min-raising range, right? And everything in between just jams it in. Interesting. I wouldn't go this wide for 20 blinds. I would be too scared, I guess, to run into a good hand and double him up, and he has 40 blinds after that, you know? I would be more comfortable jamming any 2 if it was 10 blinds. But apparently for 20, we still can do it. We still can do it. Man, I hate playing ace deuce out of position. I think we limp. I think we have a lot of limping here against the big blind. That means we can trap some good hands. We can limp raise some good hands. We can also see the flop sometimes if they check back. Yeah. Pringles. Yeah, both wrong on both ends, yeah. It's harder to adjust, right? You can't just be tighter or looser. You gotta really look at the spot. Yeah, that's true, Bobby. Because we polarize our min-raising range, the top of our range, the aces and kings and queens will not be in the jamming range, but that is a problem. But it doesn't matter because, I mean, just an equity game at that point, right? Even if they know we don't have top of our range, they still need to fold a lot. But I think I limp here. Okay, that's fine. It's only pre-flop solutions, by the way. We don't play post. We don't play post-flop in ICM here. Yeah, we limp very wide here. Very tough to make sense of this mixing. I mean, very tough to like remember, right? This strategy. But the big takeaway is that limping is fine with lots of our hands here. And then we have some traps, of course, with ace king and stuff. But yeah, interesting. Interesting. Another final table spot, easy fold. Let's move on to the more difficult spots. This is interesting already. Again, it's all final tables. Stacks are pretty close here. Everything is between 27 and 40 blinds. But I think we still defend here. What does chat think here? I'm not in love with it, but I think we cover the low jack. That makes us a little bit easier to play. So I think we still defend here. Nathan has an app so you can see me when I'm streaming. That sounds good. That sounds good. That makes streams usually more entertaining. I wish you good luck. Do we call here, chat? I would probably defend, but not be happy about it. Maybe it's a little too weak. I'm sure we defend queen 9 offsuit, so... But, let's see. Nope. Too wide. Too wide. Queen 9 plus? Queen 9 plus it is. And a bit of queen 8. So yeah, it's on the border. But it's okay to fold for sure. That's okay. Nine deuce. Meh. Yeah, it was okay to fold. You can breed, Pringles. We can breed. Just fold the crappy queen 7. Start defending queen 9. 10 big blinds. Easy jam, right? Yeah. We are the short stack. No ICM pressure, really. This is an easy all-in. Would have been tougher if the stacks were different, but yeah. Of course, you get called by ace queen. RNG hates us today, man. We miss the flop all the time in the fake runouts. Now we run into ace queen. Next hand. Four-handed, 10-9 offsuit. Just fold. I mean, I would open 10-jack offsuit. So it's probably the one of the best hands we fold. But yeah. All right. Yeah, ace jack all in was fine, Nathan. It was totally fine. No, we were cut off, right? Cut off open range. Yeah, 10-9 is border. We would open jack 10. So perfectly okay. Oh, that's interesting, Bobby. I already moved on. I don't know the answer to that. But it's all small differences, right? Yeah. MTT trader makes feel like George when he realizes he has to do the opposite. Got some sound bites, baby. How was I supposed to know? Let's raise the ace queen. Seems like a no-brainer. But everything explodes behind us. The small blind 3-bets, the big blind jams for 30. I think we fold, but I'm a nit, so... What do we think here, chat? This is an interesting spot. Because we still cover the big blind, but if the small blind actually has it, we're doomed here. So yeah, we need to fold this, right? We need to fold this, I think. Yeah, we can't just open shove it, Nathan. We can't just open shove it for 45. So if you're okay with that, I just min-raised first. And then the small blind, who can be very wide as the chip leader, he 3-bets. But then the big blind jams for 30, so I guess we fold. But if the big blind would have folded, maybe we jam, even though we hate our lives. But the big blind folds, I think we re-jam against the small blind. But in this case, I think we have to be very tight. It will be very nice if the small blind calls and knocks him out. And it would also be okay if the small blind loses, because then we're still in second place. So, of these 3 people. Yeah. I think we fold. All right. Correct. So, our calling range here is probably jacks and ace king. That's it. All right. It's 10s and ace king. A bit of ace king suited and a bit of 9s. Close enough. 10s would be a call. Jacks was a little too nitty, but okay. I'll take it, chat. I like these spots. I like these all-ins. All right. 6-handed. Very short we are. Everybody is short, though. We are actually in a decent spot. With 23 blinds, we're in second place. We open. The big blind makes a small raise. Quite interesting. Bobby says fold. I mean, this really depends, right? If in-game, this is never a bluff, right? In my $5 tournaments, the big blind will not be bluffing here often. So we have to be very tight against a real-life player here that does this. But we know that this is GTO land. The big blind will have some ace-5 offsuit 3-bet folds here. So I think in GTO we have to go for this. We cover him. We will be crippled, of course, but we cover him. Sometimes we run into an overpair. But yeah, I don't know, man. We could also call. We have to call 3 blinds into 8. We need 25% equity. We could also consider calling here and seeing a flop. This is quite an interesting spot, yet. Yeah, that's true. But it's not pure bottom, right? We do have 8s at least, and 7s probably as well. But yeah, you're right that this is on the bottom end of our opening range. Not really under the gun, but I get your point. It's 6-handed, so it's the hijack. It's 5-handed, but it's 5-handed, so it's a hijack. Yeah, in real life, when they go 5, yeah. Queens plus and ace king will probably jam. So because ace king is still the drawing hand, people are scared to play it slow with that. Yo, Mighty, thank you so much for the sub and the 31 months. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Let me hear your opinion about this spot, Mighty. We are doing ICM studying here. Final table spot, 5-handed. We open under the gun, hijack. The big blind makes it 5 blinds. So in real life, I would be folding here. But I'm considering in GTO land, it's an all-in. Yeah, there's ICM. We do cover the big blind, but we would be short stack if we lose this hand. But I still think we have some folds against a tiny bit of his 3-bet fold range, which makes it a bit better to jam here, maybe. But yeah, it's an interesting one, right? Pocket 10s I would jam in for sure. And 8s I would easily fold. All in is the worst option. Yeah, I mean, I think calling is the worst option. Like, how happy are we on the flop? But we're never happy on the flop, so... Ace Queen I would like call, because then easy to play post flop. But 9s, I mean, the flop is always bad if there's no 9 on there, right? I don't think calling is an option. But this is a very interesting spot. I think I'm gonna go all in. Let's see, chat. 42%? GTO doesn't even know what to do. Oh, it's never a fault, chat. Call and all in is the answer here. Now look at the basic overall strategy here. So yeah, our open range starts with 7s. And we continue with all of our opening pairs. The folding comes from all the offsuit crap on this side. So yeah, it is all in most of the time. We mix it a bit. Yeah, of course he has the kings. We're getting owned by the solver tonight. We're getting owned by the solver tonight. They always have us dominated. Yeah, this is quite well. My intuition said jam, so maybe it was intuition for me, but certainly a tough spot where I had some trouble with. Yeah. And again, in game, this would be a great spot to use AI for, right? Because then we can adjust the ranges and make this a very nutted 3-bet instead of the more balanced one that GTO uses. And with node locking, you can do that, but still, there's no node locking in ICM yet. Otherwise, I would show you right now, but it's not available for ICM spot yet. But AI is pretty cool. We move on to the next hand. We are the chip leader. The button jams for 5. Pretty easy rejam. I think there's not much else to do here. 80%? We run into it again. The other part is calling, so it's the same result, right? Just all in. And again, we run into it, right? You had ace king. Yeah, totally, Bobby. Like what I said, exploitatively, it's probably fine to fold. Because people are more nutted. See you later, Nathan. King Queen, 5-handed again. Looking at the stacks, I think this is an easy jam. We are the chip leader. We're risking 14 blinds at most. Happy jam. Happy jam. And again, we're getting crushed. Yeah, I don't think we've won an all-in today in GTO land. I don't think we've won any all-ins. So funny. Yeah, that was an easy one. This could be a 3-bet. I don't like calling here with ace-10 off. So I think it's 3-bet or fold. We all have 50 big blinds, so we're all in the same boat. I think it's folding mostly and having some 3-bets. Yeah. They're really trying to learn us result-oriented. I'm going to go for the 3-bet here. Okay. I was right. It was a portion of our range that does this. There we go. No, we're the cutoff. Here we go. Yeah, so ace-10 never calls. We hate calling. That's a good intuition. We start 3-bet bluffing with it. We start calling 5s plus. And this is a mess, man. These suited kings. Suited kings, suited aces. All get used as bluffs here. Yeah, I think so, Bobby. Because this is GTO solved, right? So there's a reason for everything. But I couldn't tell you really. Not a final table, 8-handed. Probably just folding. Yep. 3-handed, 10-9 offsuit. We are jamming this, right? He's not gonna. He's gonna call a lot. To be fair, because there's no ICM pressure at all here, because he has to double up anyway to have a chance of laddering because he's so short. So our full equity kind of sucks here, to be fair. He might even call it like a king deuce or something. So don't go too wide, but still might be fine to jam. What do we think, chat? Bobby Winger says jam. Pringle says still jam at bottom of range. Yeah, I can agree with that. It's weird, right? If you look at 10 jack offsuit here, you think, oh, that's an easy jam, right? To broad race. It's only a little bit worse, you know? It's not that much worse. So if you think 10 jack is a clear jam, maybe this is also a clear jam, but as the high card gets lower, obviously we start falling at some point. But I still think I agree. Yeah. Quick look at the jamming range, chat. Versus a 5 blind, big blind. It's not that one. This is the one. Holy shit. So it's way wider than I thought. Because I thought the bubble factor would be very low for the big blind. And I'm correct. I'm totally correct. The big blind has almost no bubble factor. But still, this is just almost chippy feed this, right? This is a jamming range 5 big blinds. Maybe it's a little wider than chippy V 5 blinds. But yeah, interesting. Not close to bottom, no. Here is our hand. Jack 9. Can we show equity here? No. Oh, I'm clicking buttons. We can show EV. This is nice. 0.4. Aces makes 1.8 big blinds. Right. This is a cool little graph, though. Cool little heat graph. Yeah, 3 deuce offsuit. All 0. Yeah, we're folding those, right? Yeah. But the weakest one is 10-5 off. Okay. Sorry for that. Let's move on. Sorry for the chaos. Again, they crush us, by the way. I keep repeating, we don't win any hands in this turnouts today. He calls 9-7 and crushes us. Four-handed. We are all in the same boat here, but this is an easy fold. We are the big stack. Suited king. Easy jam. There you go. 9-3. Easy fold. I think it's an easy decision. I'll click it through a bit quicker. Here we can think about it for a second, but I think we jam. Yeah. We can't trap with it. We can't, yeah. Nope. Yeah, fine. Fold. Let's end with a fun spot as the last of this hour. Not an easy one. We have one fun spot to end the hour with. 19 streak, by the way. And maybe just go on until our streak breaks. Yo, Pretentious Possum, welcome to the stream. Been here for 2 hours already. But I appreciate you here. The first running joke is pretty good. Yeah, we fold this. We are the short stack, so we tighten up a little bit. We do. I think we open like Queen 6 suited, something like that. I think Queen 6 suited might open here. Wow, chat. Can I get a clap in chat for that, Reed? That was perfect. That was spot on. Wow. Okay. That was fun. Queen 6 suited perfectly. All in. Yep. 20 streak. Let's go, Pretentious Possum. Thank you so much for the 6 months. I'm happy to have you as a part of the community, my man. And welcome in, everybody, on Variety Friday. We're doing some GTOWizard studying, but we're ending that part of the stream. But I want to add with a tough decision. And we haven't had one, really. I'm crushing it, man. 23 in a row. Correct, streak. Okay, this one then. The small blind is under pretty high ICM pressure here. Because there's so many short stacks and also shorter stacks. But I think this might be a fault. Because it's not jamming wide enough. Normally this would be close against the GPV jam. But I think we might fold this. Yeah, it certainly sucks, whatever we do. But I'm on a 23 streak, chat, so let's think about this for a second. What does everybody think? Bobby thinks it's a call. I think it's a fold. So we need a tiebreaker here. Yeah, Chippy V this calls, right? But also pretty close. So I think we go tighter than Chippy V because the small blind is under ICM pressure and jams tighter. So we also call tighter. Pringle says fold. So I think we're leaning towards fold. Yes. I keep my streak alive. This is the calling range. We even fold some aces. Wow. Not even close. And that is because the bubble factor of the small blind is super high. Yeah, 15% equity needed. Almost a bubble factor of 2. Which means the small blind needs 15% more equity. And that in return means we call super tight here. I was on the right track, but I thought it was fucking closer than it was. King 3 is a slam dunk fold. Even ace 3 folds. That surprises me. Very interesting ICM spot. Yo, potential spots. This is all final tables. So in this situation, 7 people were left. We're doing all final table ICM spots, so 7 people. Thanks for the good luck, bye for Lex. Welcome. Hey, I can't stop on a streak. We are 24 hands in a row correct. So let's keep on going for a bit. We are the chip leader here, 3-handed. So we go wide. But I don't see any reason for opening this wide. We have seen some raise. We have seen some range bets though. In spots like this. But still 30 blinds can crush us still, you know. Not like our chip advantage is so big here, so I think I still fold. 25 streak. 8-6 under the gun. 3-handed. Queen 8 offsuit. Just fold? Yeah. Just fold. Can we get to 30 hands in a row, chat? If it's tough, I'll wait and ask for feedback. 8-3, fold. Happy there's a couple easy ones, but Jack 6. Not really a thing. Ace deuce. Not really a thing. We are 30 hands in a row correct, chat. 30 hands in a row correct. Hey, Hof, welcome back. I was ending the GTO part of the stream, but we cannot end on a winning streak. So we go on until I make a mistake. This might be one that's interesting to discuss. I'm leaning towards jamming here, Ted. All in, I think. But it's risky-ish. Big blind, 20 blinds. You could also raise a call to the small blind. But Yeah, I think I jam. Oh no, sorry, Holf. I haven't prepared any new games for tonight. Just they're gonna be the things we always do. Words on stream in the breaks. Did for the first time last week. And I'm planning to play some poker as well. That's the first time this month. Pringles thinks min raise. Yeah, if the big blind is a little shorter, we jam here probably. But because he is 20 blinds deep, maybe the jam is a bit too ambitious. It's interesting because the big blind cannot call too high. Yeah, jam is sexy. There is big ICM pressure on the big blind. Interesting. Pringles thinks it's close, but would min raise. And Bobby is gonna jam. Am I the tiebreaker here? Oh yeah, I meant November. But I've also not streamed poker in December yet. That's completely correct. I think we had Rust and Crash Friday, the first Friday of November. So, not even been a month. Not even been a month. Feels like it's been longer than that, though. But yeah, I have set up some Unibet stuff, so we might be able to play some cash. I can't decide here, chat. Will we break our streak, or will we be correct? I think I'm leaning towards the min raise, now that I think about it. The big blind is too deep, 20 blinds is too risky. Going for it, chat. Oh, no. We lost our streak. It's just a jam. But what I first thought. Interesting. So the purple hands are jamming. And the red ones are min raising. So King 8 suited is right in the middle of the jamming portion. But I don't think it's a huge mistake, though. But we do kill our streak. No, it's GTO, Pretentious Possum. It's the reverse of beginner's play. Most fish would not find these jams. They will play too nitty here. But that ends the GTOWizard part of the stream. We did more than 2 hours of small blind practice, ICM practice. And I also showed around some Nodelocking and AI features. Adequate is our score. Adequate, chat. 83%. Not too bad. Not too bad.